Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Sue Rakowski, and in just a minute we'll be talking to Dan Finn. Today's show is sponsored by Blue Water Developmental Housing. Dan, welcome to the show. And you are the administrator, and I can just look right at your hat, the Sanilac County Historic Village and Museum. That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. Sanilac Museum is also what we're tagged on social media. You can find us on Instagram or Facebook. Just type in Sanilac Museum, and we represent the entire county of Sanilac and many other historical artifacts of the And you can even email us if you have any questions at sanilacmuseum@gmail.com.
Okay, so tell me what I'm going to see if I come up there.
So people, it's not an official name, maybe there's a copyright involved, but people have called us the Greenfield Village of the Thumb.
Okay.
We have 18 historical buildings on 10 acres with approximately a mile's worth of walking trails. We have a little forest as well with a nature trail involved as well. And we have several buildings from all over Sanilac County that have been moved to our site. And so Sanilac County Historical Society has been operating at 228 South Ridge Street, which is M25 on the south end of Port Sanilac. Sanilac County Historical Society, my boss, my employer, has been operating at the museum since 1964. That's 60 years.
That's a long time.
Yes, and so we're just managing ourselves very well to hopefully accomplish another 6 decades. And it is the lifeblood of the organization is volunteer work. We have well over 100 volunteers that make everything happen there, from events, extravagant dinners, landscaping, curation, and archives and preservation. And through the fundraising efforts, there can be some staff that helps a driving force through of showcasing the museum, because our mission statement is to promote, protect, and exhibit the history of Sanilac County and the state of Michigan. And so with the buildings we have, the cornerstone building, the Loop Harrison Mansion, which was the home of Dr. Joseph Loop, the pioneer doctor of Sanilac County. It's an 1872 mansion, 20 rooms.
Oh my goodness.
A little mini mansion. And then since then, we've added multiple other buildings, and of note, we have the 150-year-old traditional one-room schoolhouse, Huckins Schoolhouse, which was the original schoolhouse for Croswell. And we also have a church, and we use it as a venue, and since last year, we've added bathrooms and AC and a furnace, so it is also a venue for wedding rentals, reception rentals, and even lectures and concerts. And then we also, and that was from Forestville, which is a good hour drive north of here, right, where we're at in Port Huron. So we moved that.
That must have been quite a process.
It was a process. It took a lot of back roads. And we also have the Deckerville train depot that was on the original rail line in the Thumb. So that and many other buildings and more.
Sounds like you could spend a full day there, or several days perhaps.
To really dive in and look into all the history and archives that are stored there, I think people could spend a long time at our museum. But we have a special event that is going to help promote the history of the Thumb in Sanilac County coming up on September 28th.
Okay, tell me about that. Now, I'm dressed like summer today, and you've got a flannel on, and I have a feeling there's something associated with the flannel.
Yeah, so we have a little two-parter going on the weekend of September 28th, 2024. We're trying to make this an annual event. Last year, we had our first occasion of it. It is Flannel Festival, and that is to celebrate the lumberjack heritage of the Thumb. And Port Sanilac was one of the first settlements for lumberjacks during the pioneer days of colonizing and establishing, homesteading the Thumb. And the main commerce back then was timber and the lumber industry. And back then, Port Sanilac wasn't even known by that name. It was known as Bark Shanty because the Lake Huron sailors would identify the first harbor of refuge, the first port town of the Thumb, Port Sanilac, by a shanty constructed out of hemlock bark
Oh, wow.
next to a roaring fire that was a beacon before there was ever a lighthouse.
Huh.
And so the town was known as Bark Shanty.
Okay.
And the sailors would say, land ho to Bark Shanty Point.
Well, you're just a plethora of information.
Well, I mean, I'm the administrator for the Historical Museum,
gotta know all this
giving
stuff.
a little background there. So that all ties back into what we are calling Bark Shanty Days,
Okay.
where we have a historical reenactors, the Grand Rapids Lumberjack and Logging Museum, a traveling museum. They'll be on site on Friday, September 27th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, September 28th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., exhibiting a free show of the lumberjack encampments, how they lived, what they ate, what they did, the tools they would
Wow,
use.
interesting.
We're also doing a live demonstration of chainsaw milling on those days as well, on both Friday and Saturday. We'll be doing 4 demonstrations throughout the weekend to show the process,
How you
the
make it.
in-person process, and just trying to share that culture and heritage of the lumber and timber industry.
So what is, again, when is it? Is there a fee to get in? What are the details?
So what I just shared was Bark Shanty Days. So that is the free promotion that we have going on. But then we also have our cost for a concert, which is also our fundraiser,
Okay.
which is Flannel Festival.
That sounds fun.
So the dress code is wearing your best flannel or a shirt of plaid, and we will be having another Grand Rapids group being a guest performer on Saturday, September 28th. We will be having Michigan I.O. performing lumberjack folk songs that they transposed into a contemporary composition. And so, because they did research, they went up to the UP and they found some oral lumberjack folk songs, and they added a little flair to it, and then that's what they'll be performing for us at 5 p.m. Saturday, September 28th. Tickets are $15, but if you get your tickets online today at 3common.com/flannelfestival 2024, you can get a voucher for a free hard cider from Blake's Hard Cider.
Okay.
They had a brand called Flannel Mouth.
Oh, perfect.
So it really fits with the whole theme and
Yes.
everything. So
Okay.
the drinks were provided by Blake's Hard Cider at Blake's Farms in Armada.
Mm-hmm.
And we are also having a sponsorship by Colleen Buskirk of the Buskirk lumber industry.
Okay.
So the first $1,000 that we raise from this weekend will be matched by her an additional $1,000.
Okay.
And she's already committing $2,000 to help fund the event for everyone to enjoy.
Well, it sounds like a whole lot of fun. And again, where can we get more information if you want to look online?
So find us at SaniLacCountyMuseum.org,
Okay.
or give us a call at 810-622-9946.
Okay, well, I appreciate you joining us today,
Thank you,
Dan.
Sue.
And thank you for watching this edition of Spotlight.